brace yourself for sheer epicness, because today, another riveting, captivating, stellar unboxing video is about to commence. What item will I be unboxing? What item will I be opening? Without further ado, without further delay, without further procrastination, allow me to elicit the box. What item is encompassed inside this bulky, hefty, tangible, nifty box? Let's find out with the one and only illustrious, renowned, divine, stupendous, stellar, Twilight Sparkle Action Figure. Is she a paradigm of resound perfection? Is she the epitome of resound perfection? Is she the embodiment of resound perfection? Let's find out. But before we do so, I want to notify you that she's a part of the My Little Pony Guardians of Harmony action figure line. So if you're an avid devout My Little Pony fan, then look no further than the My Little Pony Guardians of Harmony action figure line. By dabbling into that line, you'll be able to acquire action figures of your favorite ponies and unicorns. Alrighty. The series does not appease me. However, I do like the Twilight Sparkle character, so I was inclined to buy the figurine of her. I'm more acclimated with leveraging Twilight Sparkle and Yugen, so hopefully this figurine is flexible and nimble, just like the Yugen version of Twilight Sparkle. She's poised for battle. She's about to partake in a bout against this antagonist, who is a changeling. Not sure what that means. Maybe he can transform or modify his appearance somehow. Who knows? That's an enigma. This plastic is about to crinkle. Alrighty, she's liberated. Let's check for scratches, scuffs, and dents. I haven't been able to pinpoint any scuffs, nor scratches, nor dings, nor dents, so she seems to be in near mint condition. I can't detect any salient issues. She's practically unscathed, to say the least. To my dismay, she has relatively few points of articulation. Her wings don't naturally flap. You have to force them to flap by applying pressure to the tips, which is unnatural. There's no sliding mechanic to allow you to adjust her wingspan. She lacks joints in her knees for back legs. That's another gripe of mine. Her frontal legs have knee joints. Unfortunately, the hind legs do not. Bear with me one brief moment. So they should have added knee joints on the hind legs, but Hasbro constantly skimps and is striving to maximize their profits at the expense of the quality of their products. So I presumed that she had joints in her hind legs, but unfortunately she does not, so it is what it is. She's able to maneuver her hind legs back, but she doesn't have the desirable knee joints nor ankle joints. So I guess these joints back here constitute as hip joints. Fortunately, the frontal legs are not confined to ratchets. They can move outwards as well as inwards. The knees can bend at your own discretion. The back legs don't have the same level of articulation. They're stagnant for the most part. They can't be adjusted outwards, nor can they move inwards. They're not malleable. They're not very flexible. They're relatively stiff. They can only move backwards and not really forward, to say the least. What else? She can turn her head. You can rotate the wings, but you can't stretch them out, so that's a missed opportunity there. The tail lacks a modicum of articulation. The tail can't move, so the figure for the most part is pre-posed. Your ability to place a figure in a dynamic pose is very limited. What else? Articulation is extremely finite in mostly every single area, with the exception of her frontal legs. So it is disappointing, to say the least. You can equip her hoofs. And equip her other accessories to allow her to discharge a missile and be more buffed when going into battle. So it's great that her appearance emulates Twilight Sparkle. As I stated earlier, she looks like she's poised for battle. She's ready to enter the fray and ravage her adversaries. She can disintegrate them and beat them to bloody pulp. However, her articulation is limited, so just be wary of that. Don't expect to place her in nearly any pose that your imagination can conceive of. If you do expect that, then you will be disappointed, because this figurine does not meet that expectation, which is a shame and a pity and a missed opportunity on Hasbro's end, because they're compromising the loyalty of their consumers if they continue to falter. So here she is. She's a mediocre figurine. I don't recommend paying more than $5 for her. You can procure her via Amazon or eBay, or you can forgo buying her. It's up to you. If you detest and disdain the My Little Pony series, then abstain from buying her. If you relish the My Little Pony series, and if you have a proclivity to buy My Little Pony, Friendship is Magic merchandise and consider buying her, but just be wary that her articulation is not the best. However, I've seen worse, so she could be 100% pre-posed, but at least she has some semblance of articulation, to say the least, so it's not the end of the world per se, but it's not ideal either. It's just disappointing. So I can't vindicate buying her for more than $5. I have qualms about my purchase and decision. I paid roughly $6.50 for her when you divvy up the cost that I paid by the two figures in the lot, or between the two figures in the lot. So I paid more than I should have. In hindsight, I regret my decision. In retrospect, I regret my decision only because her articulation is so abysmal. It's just egregious that these figurines are churned out with so few points of articulation in 2016, but it is what it is. There's nothing I can do about the calamitous situation that I put myself in. This is my own fault. Thanks for watching. I hope that you found this video to be insightful and enthralling. Have a wonderful, marvelous day. Goodbye.